Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Doomsday video. And since last I recorded, some things have happened. Most notably, Modern Horizons 2 have gone live, and that has brought with it a sort of watershed moment for Doomsday. Maybe that's painting with too large a brush, but the card Endurance is something we now have to contend with. This card here. Basically, every green deck now has this pitchable free mana way to mess up our win condition. And this has prompted us, and by us I mean the sort of mean deck Doomsday community, I guess, to make some changes. So what we have done is added a Pact of Negation. This is a way to, it basically means we need an extra mana for our pile, but with an extra mana we get to swap a Lotus Petal in the pile with a Pact of Negation, and this gets to counter Endurance if we suspect that our opponent has Endurance. And the way to beat Endurance, or approach beating Endurance decks, is to view them in two categories. Basically, the blue Endurance decks and the non-blue Endurance decks. And with the non-blue Endurance decks, I think that the Pact of Negation is enough. But with the blue Endurance decks, and that's primarily for at the time of recording, it's what's known as Bant Miracles. It's basically blue, like the evolution of blue stew that now plays like primarily Bant colors to take advantage of Uro and Sylvan Library, and then Endurance, and then the blue-white control cards. So a lot of counter spells and Source to Plowshares, and this really cool new removal spell called Prismatic Ending, which also came with Modern Horizons 2. So in either case, for the Bant Miracles deck, this Endurance card has really thrown us off, because before it was printed, you pretty much knew that you just needed to resolve Doomsday against blue, white X control decks, and then Cavern of Souls would like inevitably lead you to win. You could make a pile that had like some Cyclers, Thassa's Oracle, and Cavern, and because those types of decks rarely have the ability to close the game out quickly, and they just couldn't beat Cavern of Souls, it pretty much meant that we would win a lot of the time in those scenarios. And post board, we could even put like Red Blasts and Volcanic Islands and stuff in the pile, and just have removal for, say, a Meddling Mage, which would normally be their only really like legitimate answer. But now Cavern doesn't really do it, and we have then gotten to a point where we've actually removed it, because if it's not beating control, then it's really only there to come in versus Delver, which is another thing we can talk about in a little bit. Or it's there to do random stuff like win through a Chalice on 2, but that came up, rarely enough that I don't think it warrants having Cavern. So we really tried to think about what we could do, and Kai Sawatari and myself spent quite a lot of time discussing it, and decided on a really old school tech, which is Shelldock Isle and Emrakul the Aeons Torn. So the way this combo works is you make your pile with Shelldock and then Emrakul, and then 3 more cards, one of which is going to be Thassa's Oracle, just to have it as a backup win condition. And then the cool thing is, this used to be win condition versus miracles, like old school miracles. And because unless your opponent has like a Wasteland or some more niche cards like Back to Basics, which isn't sadly even that niche, but it's still like it's maybe a 2 of, I think, maybe. then they're going to not be able to do anything about you hard casting Emrakul and time walking and then attacking for 15 and annihilating them. It's, I think, by no means as smooth and brutally efficient as Cavern was pre-endurance, but it is a win condition that doesn't care at all about endurance and gets around most things that they can throw at us. This changes if the blue-white X or the blue-white-green Miracles deck starts playing like Caracas and 4 meddling mages and 2 to 3 back to basics. Then this plan becomes, I think, a lot less good. But as it is right now, I think they can't have everything right. And if they do, then okay, they get to win. But if they have Caracas, then we still get to like play Emrakul, time walk, that draws us. That's basically the same as drawing as an extra card, and then casting Thassa's Oracle. So if they have Emrakul and if they have Caracas and Endurance, we can maybe put a Pact of Negation in the pile, and try to pact the Endurance. But yeah. So anyways, that's how that's supposed to work. Delver is seeing currently, as of recording, is seeing a lot less play. At least that's my experience. The Delver deck to beat is blue-red Delver with Ragavan, the Pirate Monkey, and the Dragon Rage Channeler, and yeah, just a bunch of 1-drops. It's very aggressive. It's pretty good against combo. The good thing is that it's not playing that much in the ways of counterspells. If they're playing Force of Negation, it's 1 at most in the main deck, and I think like a lot of those Delver decks are just on the 4 Force 4 Daze. So being fast and having multiple cyclers and the full 4 set of petals is it's not the worst, but I think they're still definitely favored. But the reason I think that Blue-Red Delver is a bit suppressed right now is that Bant Miracles is really good against it. Now, mind you, this is probably just one of several explanations. Ragavans are also incredibly expensive on Magic Online, and that could also like go some ways towards explaining why more aren't playing it. But Bant Miracles is very good because they get to run effectively 7 Swords to Plowshares with Prismatic Ending, or 8 if they want to, but I see most lists play 7. Endurance itself is really good against Delver. It's a 3/4 flash with reach, and the messing up their graveyard is just like added bonus. And we've also seen, I saw like a screenshot of someone making a Blue-Red Delver list that had that Urza land, Urza Saga, which, I mean, if they start playing that, that's good for us, I think, because it dilutes their deck of like cantrips and protection spells. So anyways, I think I've dallied long enough about this deck list, so let's go play some league matches. All right, on the play for round number 1. I'm just recording this now as well on play. So here we go. So this is not, I think, a keepable hand. This is fine. And I think the question is what? Well, I think we keep and then we bottom one of the ponders. I actually think the Street Wraiths are maybe worth more here, seeing as we have 3 cantrips. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe keeping a second ponder over Preordain was better, but I think I want to go turn 1 Preordain here and find another land or a Dark Ritual. Neither of those. Oh, there's land. That's good. So what's this? Arid Mesa. Is this the Madness deck? Yeah, I think this is the Madness deck. This can play an incredibly fast game here. So if they have a Root Walla, yeah, they do. So they get to trigger their Vengevine here. So they're gonna beat us at minimum for 4. If they have like an Anger, someone had an Anger against me with this deck. And I just sent the whole team in. So they have more up their sleeve. No more Revenge Vines, you'd have to assume, but maybe like a hollow one. Another Root Walla. Wow. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna take 4, drop to 16, and then next turn taking 7 if nothing else happens. Something else is gonna happen, so we're gonna take 11 next turn. And that will leave us at 5, so the Street Wraiths are gonna be kind of bad then. I think we really need to hit Dark Ritual off of this Ponder or find a Petal on this draw step. Okay. Come on, Dark Ritual. That's not Dark Ritual. Crap. So let's see here. We're at 16. They're going to beat us, what did I say, 11, right? So, yeah, 11. So we'll be at 5, which means neither Street Wraith are going to work. So we were going to have to shuffle this. So if we hit Dark Ritual and a land or Petal off of this, we can pass and then probably still win, but we'll see. So I don't think the Force of Will is going to do us any good here. So let's see here. The Misty is going to take us down to 15. Swing for 11 down to 4. And then we can cycle a Street Wraith and hope to hit a blind card. Is that the plan? What do we need to hit? We need to hit an additional Petal, or an Edge of Autumn, or a Dark Ritual. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to shuffle here. I could be incorrect, but... Oh, and they have? Wow. So I think they just have lethal, because I also miscounted. I forgot they could pump this guy. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 13, 14. So that means we're probably just out. We have a very slim chance of Ideas Unbound drawing us some magic, but we can't even shuffle. Yeah, no. And now they get to pump both guys. Okay. Yeah, I've lost, I think, most of the times I've played against this deck. So I think boarding in some number of counter spells and removing some number of discard. I don't know. So I don't think they have much in the way of interaction with us, but they have a bunch of enablers that lets them discard things. They have like Lion's Head Diamond, they have the Imp we just saw, they have Burning Inquiry that can actually, like if we ever Doomsday and pass the turn and they cast Burning Inquiry, that each player draws 3 cards and then discards 3 at random. I lost a match to that. Maybe on the play the Duresses aren't even that bad. We can like turn 1 Duress, take a Lion's Head Diamond, and that might sort of mess them up. Is there anything else we can stand to do without? Not sure the Pact of Negation is doing much. Yeah, probably go like this. Alright. Well, let's hope we can do one better here. This is keepable, but yeah. We have to hit a black source here, I think. And we do. And let's get the one that doesn't deal us damage, just because life totals have proven to be important here. So I think I'm gonna. I think I am gonna Daze here. And then try and build a pile that doesn't lose to Burning Inquiry. Okay, sweet. We drew blue card. That was really clutch. Okay, so I'm gonna make this, I think, kind of simple and just put Ideas Unbound. And we just have to remember not to Daze next turn. We'll draw Petal, and Edge of Autumn. Also, by the way, since last I played, there's a bug on Magic Online now. If you get to this point where we are right now in Doomsday, resolving the card Doomsday, and you click undo, the game resets, and there's this bug where no one can cast spells, so everyone is just passing their turns. It's a big mess. I don't think they fixed it, but yeah. Alright, so let's go like this, and pass, and hope we don't get, like, bamboozled by something we didn't see coming. I mean, this could be the card that kills us, but I think I have to let it resolve. Like if they discard something with, like, that gets them to put anger in their graveyard, and there it is. Crap. So I mean, I don't think countering this is going to matter, because they can discard their hand with Lines of Diamond. Okay. So they now have some hasty dudes, and this they get to pump once. So right now they have 1, 2, 3, 4 power. So if they were to get they wouldn't get a Vengevine because they would have put it in the graveyard already. So I'm going to let them put this in. And then if they cast a, what's it called? Hollow one, we're going to have to force will that. And then if they have another hollow one, then I guess we just lose. Yep, we have to force this. Alright, so they are casting this. I hope I'm not missing any interaction here, but I don't think they get to do anything too crazy. Okay, yeah, sure. One of those, but now they don't have mana to pump, so we should be fine. All right. So definitely feel like against this deck, we need to draw sort of above average, which is not the greatest place to be at. Oh shoot, I should have maybe switched discard with some pitch counters. Yeah, this is a mulligan, I think. Yep. Keep this. I don't like it. I'm gonna put away Ideas Unbound. You know what? I think I am gonna force this. Could well be incorrect, but okay. So we just lost our land. That's a shame. And now they have this guy. discard your hand, then draw 3 cards, which is obviously great for them. Oh, they just drew another LED, or had it. Yeah, we're gonna lose this pretty decisively. Alright, so we did draw land. Oh wait, didn't that get into play? How did that work? Oh, you have to be mana to get into play. Okay. Alright. I think we cast Preordain here. So I think we also draw both of these and hope to get enough draw steps, basically. So we need one more here. We'll draw the Dark Ritual. We'll cast Personal Tutor. So right now, we have to hope they don't, they aren't able to do too much to us, and only 4 damage per turn. If that's true for the next 2 turns, I think we can win. If not, then probably we lose. Okay. So this is crunch time. Primarily worried about burning Inquiry now. Or I guess like a Pyroblast or some other way they could interact with us. Alright, let's see. Any sort of... I mean, I'm not sure what they could have that they couldn't have played before, so I do kind of worry that they have a Pyroblast. But I don't... Well, it's too late now, because, you know, we can't pass at this point. So we're going to Street Wraith into a Lotus Petal. And we're going to cast Brainstorm, drawing Thassa, LED, and Edge of Autumn. And then we're going to lose if they have removal for the Street Wraith. Or sorry, the Thassa. And the last card is a blank. We could make the last card a Cycler, but that just doesn't make a difference, because we can't get to the bottom. We can't get to it, basically. So we could just choose the Street Wraith. That's fine. So Petal, yeah. So we put Street Wraith on the bottom, and then Petal just needs to be on top. So they aren't they haven't just F6 here, which makes me think they have something. So hopefully it's like a, I don't know, like a surgical extraction or something, but I do very much worry that that open red mana is, means they have Pyroblast. That would have been the time to surgical. They could have endurance, I guess, actually, now that I think about it. Well, it looks like they didn't. Alright, sweet. I worried for nothing. Let's record this as a win. Alright, let's see if we can get some more action going. Alright, round number 2 on the draw. Get this hand, which is fine, so I'm going to keep it. Ancient Den. So I think this is probably that affinity deck. Or I guess like Bomberman. Shadow Spear. What's this? Permanent. Yeah, okay. doesn't seem like an overly irrelevant card for us. So we have the Dark Ritual, so I feel decent enough about playing out Volcanic. Yep. Go like this, just in case they have something that can take a card from us. That was a good ponder. There's the Saga. Not Canonist. Ooh, Chalice for one, that's also pretty bad. Well, I mean, yeah, we just have to let this go. Now I feel bad about playing out the Volcanic. Alright, so we have to hope to hit like a Petal, ideally, like fetch before we draw. But this swings the game like away from us. I'm not sure we're going to be able to beat those constructs that are going to come out of this Saga. I'm just trying to think if we want to cycle the edge. I mean, normally we would want to keep the edge to cycle into the first card, but I mean, they basically... Oh man, we're like, it's looking really grim. Wow. That Chalice really messed us up. What'd they find? A Petal? Thought Monitor. Sure, why not? So, we're dead here. We're gonna take 9, and with the Chalice, there's pretty much no way we can... oh, sorry, my bad. 10. Any more, maybe? Oh, I guess 9, because, yeah. Opal, Mox Opal has to sack. They have more nastiness for us. Okay, so get that quick. Sweet. Yeah, there's pretty much, I don't think we have a live draw here. Suppose like Ideas Unbound, drawing what? Even Ideas Unbound drawing triple Petal isn't gonna do it. Alright, let's get out of here. So I think we want these 4. And I think we can do without Pact of Negation. I don't love this card, although on the play it's not the worst. But yeah, let's shave that, I think. I think the Shelldock Isle Emrakul plan is just too slow. Because that plan will always include passing the turn. And while passing the turn can be a thing here, that plan will often involve passing twice, right? Like if you have to pass. Like the only way you don't have to pass is if you haven't made your land drop and you're able to draw into the Shelldock and play it. I mean, then you still have to pass. You only have to pass once. But if you pass the turn and then have to draw the Shelldock Isle, play it, then pass again, it just seems unlikely that we would be able to win that. Alright, let's hope for some action here. Yeah, this is definitely a fine hand. Close to Doomsday, and we are able to brainstorm. Sorry, brainstorm. Force of Will. A turn one Chalice, for instance, or like a turn one Canonist or some other nonsense. They keep 7 as well. Oops. Skip through my pre-combat main phase. Alright. Good thing I'm not deploying hasted creatures here. Doomsday? No Doomsday. Still think we shuffle here. Maybe that was a mistake. Like if I had taken the Daze or the Force, I would not lose my Brainstorm to a turn 1 must counter threat. So this is Chalice. We're gonna cycle Street Wraith to see if we can get something better to the pitch than the Brainstorm. Okay. That's rough. But I mean, I think we have to do it right, because or else like the Brainstorm is just turned off. Wow, it's not drawing so hot here. I'm thinking maybe it would even have been better just letting it resolve and then saving the Force to actually counter, like, I don't know what else they could be getting us with here, like a Karn or something. Okay, so what are they thinking here? Okay, here we go. Pithing Needle. Alright, I'm gonna fetch here, sadly making any future Brainstorm less good. Pithing Needle in your Chalice of the Void deck. Interesting. I would imagine that Sorcerer's Spyglass is preferable. Okay, so they named Lotus Petal, which doesn't work. Canonist, right. Alright. I think we've just lost because the land is going to make these gigantic constructs, and we can't cast more than one spell a turn. I suppose we can counter that. Yeah, so even if we were to draw Doomsday, can't cast it because that would leave us dead. Yeah, we've lost here. We don't have an out because we can't remove either of these, and they get to make another one, so. Alright. That leaves, I'm going to name this Affinity, though I think that's a little bit misleading. Just in the sense that, like, No, maybe this is just what we should be calling affinity. Alright, I'll be back with round number 3. Alright, round number 3. I'm going to keep this hand. It seems pretty good. Oh, so this is either the mirror match or it's Death's Shadow. In either case, I'm going to play this Personal Tutor. Okay. I think this is a pretty strong hand, but we'll see if it's good enough. Yeah, okay, so it's not the mirror, it is Death's Shadow. Okay, so how do we beat it? I think it starts with a Dark Ritual. And the second Dark Ritual lets us play around Daze a bit better. But is there a way where we get to not use, what's it called? Lion's Eye Diamond? Because this is a card less in our hand, that means like we won't be able to put that one back with Brainstorm. Okay, so Doomsday just resolves. So how about if we like edge into Duress, cast Duress, and then we can cast Brainstorm. That loses if they have removal and counter. But it beats double counter, I think. Yeah. I'm not sure how much removal they play. Gosh, it's kind of tricky actually. So I feel pretty sure they don't have a Force of Will or they would have used it. So maybe we just actually, with this line here, we just make Lion's Eye Diamond, Thassa, Ideas Unbound, Duress, and I'm not sure. Because we have 3 mana, we're going to use 1 to Brainstorm, we're going to put back Pact of Negation, and then Pact of Negation and Thassa, Ideas Unbound. So 3 mana, 6 with LED. So how about that? Does this work? Or have I just sort of overthought myself now? So we Brainstorm, we put back Ideas Unbound and Pact. Our hand is Edge of Autumn, LED, and 2 Duresses. So, sorry, one more time. We cast Brainstorm, drawing Duress, and no, Duress, LED, Ideas Unbound. We put back Ideas Unbound and Pact. Our hand is Duress, LED, Edge of Autumn. Cast Duress. Yeah, I think I like that. And then the only question is if the last card needs to be a Duress. Or maybe a Daze. Is that better? That plays around like double Daze a bit better, I think. Anyways, let's try this. Overthinking things here. So Daze on the bottom. Then Thassa. And then these three. So put back Pact and Ideas, cast Duress. Oh crap, I just lost. Sick. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm so bad at this. Yeah, we just lost because we forgot to take into account that we needed double blue to cast the Oracle. What's this? Dress down. Creatures lose all abilities. Wow. Alright, so I think we take a Stifle. And I think we have to pass here. So wait, what? So we're going to draw Ideas Unbound. Then we're going to cast it, sack LED. But that leaves us with no black man. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh god, I'm a bit tired here. I apologize for all the sort of crazed mumblings. Okay. So they can't play Dress Down and Stifle. They could have drawn a Force of Will or a Daze here. So, cast this and sack for triple blue. And so we cast the Oracle and hopefully we can answer this. Okay, so they're going to Stifle, we're going to Pact. And hopefully they don't have a 0 mana answer for this. Okay, so they concede. Cool. So yeah, that was a bit... I completely overthought my options here and ended up with a pile that didn't work, but luckily we realized it before putting Ideas Unbound on the stack. Which meant we could have lost a bunch of things like Wasteland, for instance. But yeah. Alright, so I think we want to try and be fast here. Discard is good, and Pacts are good. Personal Tutors, not so much. And probably... Probably we can cut a Force. Because we're bringing in the Pacts, like, we're bringing in basically 3 extra pieces of disruption. I think we can afford to take out 1. Okay, so this is keepable, though it's a little bit business light. Oh, green mana. So I think we just pass here. If we were going to get stifled, I'd rather not do it on my turn 1. Okay, so they are looking like they have the stifle. Ugh, that's unfortunate. I think I'm going to cycle here. I'm looking for another land. We just have to play into this. Yep, they have the stifle. I think we have to force. Regrettably, maybe I should have pitched Daze. I think that we're likely to lose in a blowout fashion here. Yeah, that's what stifle can do. And unfortunately, we kept a hand that was quite vulnerable to it and didn't draw well enough. Okay. Hoping this isn't him to Turok, but might well be. Okay, Sylvan Library. Interesting. Or not good. Also pretty interesting that they didn't like just go for broke with drawing cards. Okay. So they have had Daze here. I'm just gonna see if we can get going here. Okay. I mean, like, we can put away a Daze. This is really awkward. So I guess Daze and Daze, like the 3 mana. It means they can hardcast Force of Negation, and we can't do anything. But we don't have an island presently. They're pausing there. So I feel like it's almost absolutely certain that they are going to have a hard counter for this. And even if they don't, it's going to be hard to win from there, but okay. So I'm going to play this out, but feels pretty certain that we have lost. Sylvan Library is going to let them draw into more answers. Okay, so they drew 1 extra card. I think I'm going to concede here, not show them that I have more than 1 pact. We exiled the other to Force of Will. Probably wouldn't have mattered greatly, but it just, yeah, I don't know. Feels bad. It feels like we were going to lose anyway, so I'm going to go like this and see if we can spike game 3. Nope. Yeah. Gonna keep this. What do we bottom though? Like, we can't pact as a way of protecting Doomsday, but it will be nice to have next turn. So I think it's either the Preordain or the Ideas Unbound. I think it's probably the Ideas Unbound. So I'm gonna go for this and likely get 3 for 1 here. Okay, we did not get 3 for 1, so that was fortunate. So now we just have to work out how to build a pile that beats the Stifle, Force of Will, Thoughtseize deck. We've yet to see a Wasteland, but surely they have Wasteland, right? So let's start with Oracle, because we have to get that one. So let's maybe get some cyclers. Second Pact. I'm worried that like just having 2 lands is going to be enough in case they have like a wasteland. So what if we get... So our draw step draws us one card. Preordain could draw us another. Street Wraith a third. It's still passing a bit too much for my comfort, but I think this is what it's going to be. And basically we want Oracle on the bottom because we can't afford to have them Thoughtseize it. I think we go like this. Okay, no wasteland turn one. Thoughtseize, okay. I wonder what they take. Probably the Pact, yeah. So let's go like this, and let's not draw the Street Wraith. I don't think there's a reason to do that. Whereas if we draw it, there's a chance they go Thoughtseize, and then we have to cycle, and then they could have like reanimate. I know that's a bit of a long shot, but I really hope this isn't Sylvan Library. If it is, oh, okay, so we're out. Yeah, I should have figured that the Phyrexian Dreadnought deck would be running Summoner of Torpor Orb. That's a shame. Dread Shadow, can we call it that? Alright. On to round number 4. Alright, round number 4 on the draw. Yeah, let's keep this. It's like it's missing a cantrip or Doomsday, but okay. Island Ponder. Snow Island, so I'm guessing it could be the Banned Miracles deck. They don't shuffle. Okay. I think I'm going to Duress here. See what's up. It is the Banned Miracles deck. There's an Endurance. Okay, I'm going to take the Sylvan Library. Seems like by far the most relevant card there. I think I'm going to cycle here. I Thoughtseize is good. Okay, so we know their hand. Sadly, I don't think we can afford to force this, but this is going to make, like, they're going to hide their Endurance. And maybe even leave us with, like, only really Root to take. Okay. So let's take the Abundant Harvest and pass. Okay, so you know what, I am gonna fire off Ideas Unbound here. Wow, that's just so crappy. I think it's gonna be like this. They should be playing one of their Quaddles. Sure. There's Trop, and here's Uro. Okay, let's pass. I mean, we're still kind of live. Like, if we draw Doomsday, I think this hand beats Endurance. Not sure it beats Force of Will and Endurance. Looks like they're unable to get to their third land, or fourth land, I mean. Okay, so they pick non-land, they get a Brainstorm. Jeez Louise. Alright. Guessing another Quaddle is going to come down, unless they want to keep that to pitch for the Endurance. I mean, we're pretty deep into our deck here, and we've not seen a single cantrip or Doomsday or Personal Tutor, which is a little bit aggravating, I think. But it is what it is. So what do they have for us here? A 3-drop? Like a Narset or Teferi, maybe? Oh, come on. All right. So they're not escaping or so they're keeping up mana for like Fawn or Force. Okay. So let's see, with the Petal we have 5 mana plus Ritual, that's 7, minus 3, that's Doomsday. So that lets us cast like Ideas Unbound and so basically if Doomsday resolves here, it's looking decent, I think. But I'm not sure. So let's say we'll drop to 4. We'll have a Street Wraith plus a Force, so that's only just. That leaves us at 1. But they might have double pitch counter here, in which case, or like double hard counter, I mean. In which case, we're out. Okay, so let's see. We cycle Edge into. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. We drop to 3 here. Oh, I shouldn't have fetched. Oh, I'm such a doofus. Wait, was I at 14 or? No, never mind. What I want to talk about. Alright, so basically we can't cycle Street Wraith. Maybe it won't matter because we have the extra land, so we can make that like a Preordain or something. But let's just, okay, let's see here. So we're getting Ideas Unbound. And Ideas Unbound is going to draw us Thassa plus Pact of Negation plus, say, Preordain, which is then going to get us, what, a Duress? How much mana do we have? We have 5. No. We're going to need every bit of mana here, so it has to be like a Daze. Alright. So let's put Daze on the bottom. Go like this. Alright. Okay, so they have force. So let's force back. Okay, so they have fawn. So sadly, I think we lose here because then they have endurance. So unless they messed up with their pitch. Check this out, our opponent says. Wow. Yep. Alright, so they got us. Yeah, we ended up taking too long. Which gave them the time to really sculpt. So here we're going to bring in Shelldock and the Red Blasts. We're going to take out LED. We're going to take out the Personal Tutors. Oops. Not sure if we're supposed to take out a land. Let's take out a Petal, I think. And one of the Cyclers. I think I'm okay with that. Alright. Yeah, this is fine. Hopefully we can find both the Doomsday and some protection. Maybe I should have brought in the 4th Duress, actually, or the 4th discard spell. Okay. Well, slightly awkward, but okay, so they revealed Brainstorm. I am actually going to Brainstorm here, drawing that 3rd Doomsday that I don't want, but it's going to let me shuffle away 2 of them. And not getting Volcanic. Don't want any of those cards. Dark Ritual is good. We could go for it here, but against the 7 or 8 Force deck, I don't think so. Middling Mage here would be slightly annoying. Yep, there it is. So that puts the onus on us finding one of our 3 Red Blasts and not getting countered. Oh man. This is somewhat frustrating. I think we're going to shuffle these. Okay. Okay, gonna pass. Okay. Of all the 3 drops they could have had, that was probably the least scary. I was worried about like Narset. I think Narset would have been KO there. Okay, so that was good. put away Dark Ritual and a Petal. And let's fetch out Volcanic and cast Preordain. Okay. So now we need to decide if we want to Red Blast on their turn to take them off. What do you call it? Force of Negation? Okay. So I think I'm going to do it now. They can hardcast Fawn, but if they have multiple Fawns, they can't, like, get more use out of them. Okay. Okay, Thoughtseize was a good pickup here. Let's hope they don't have one of their Veils. Okay. Right. So it is worried that they could brainstorm into more pitch counters. But I still think it's correct to take Force of Negation. And let me just make sure, but I do believe that I have not cast a land this turn. Played a land. So how about we go Shelldock Isle, Emrakul, Thassa's Oracle, Pyroblast, and maybe like second Pyroblast? Maybe that's dumb. No, I think this is fine. So, go like this. Might as well keep up our land. Hideaway Emrakul. Draw Thassa, then blast, then blast. Sure, there's a Brainstorm. Let's hope they don't find back to basics. But then they would also need like a pitch counter. Ponder, sure. Ponder did not shuffle. All right, let's go like this. All right, we take a time walk. Okay, and they can see. Sweet. So I think we want the like third Duress. And I actually don't think Pact of Negation is even that good when we're off LED. And I mean, sure, it's still sweet, it counters endurance, but yeah. Oh, saw a spicy hand. This hand is great as long as they don't have double pitch. Ice Fang Waddle. Alright, so check this out. We're gonna go turn one Shelldock Isle unless they have double force, which they could have. But we'll see. So they had one. And if they have another one, we're gonna get punished for not playing out the Volcanic. Okay, they didn't have it, sweet. So Shelldock Isle. If we had the LED in, we could just win here. We might even still be able to just win, actually. Can we? So we play Volcanic, Street Wraith into Thassa, Street Wraith into Street Wraith, Street Wraith into Petal. But they could have endurance then, so yeah, let's not do that. Let's go for the Shelldock plan. We want a Pyroblast. We want Thassa. And a Red Blast, I guess. Again, that's probably inconsequential. Maybe instead of the... No, this is fine. So, Blast, Thassa, Emrakul, Shelldock. And draw Blast, Thassa, Blast. So, if they had gotten Meddling Mage here, that would have been kind of annoying. Alright, opponent says GG. So, I think we got there. Opponent being a little bit self-critical here. Okay, whatever. I most of the time prefer not to get into these kinds of debates. All right, cool. So let's try and go for the last round. All right, round number 5 on the draw. I'm gonna keep this. Uh-oh. Chancellor of the Annex was revealed. 2 of those. So that means if they have the turn 1, we can't really do anything unless we cycle into exactly force plus blue card. Okay. Okay, that was not a blue card or force of will. Yep. Let's just see what we're gonna cycle into here, and if... Yeah, no, never mind. Gonna concede. I suppose it's certainly possible for them not to kill me, but at the very least, they're gonna shred my hand. Alright, so let's bring in these 4, and this Duress here. And let's dump the Pact. And can lose a land, I think. do kind of want to be fast here. So maybe we can cut some Preordains. And the Cycler. Cyclers mean we're fast, so cutting one of those doesn't make that much sense, but still. Alright, let's choose to be on the play. Let's mulligan. Yeah, let's keep. Looks like they're keeping 7. So let's send back the LED. Okay. I think I Preordain here. You could definitely argue to keep it, keeping open Brainstorm. So I think I'm actually going to draw the Doomsday. My first inclination was to leave it on top, but I don't really want the Brainstorm. And if they have turn 1 discard, this means they either have to like take Doomsday to not lose that a couple of turns from now, or take the Force. Okay. So they have discard. Let's and they're targeting us. Let's see, we may just be gone here. They take Force. That's kind of scary. Okay, so yeah, they get to reanimate. So I'm gonna concede here. I'm not gonna bother with playing this one out. All right, so disappointing 2 and 3, but you know, those happen too. Of note, we were on the draw for 4 out of the 5. Not that I'm looking for excuses, mind you. I mean, but hey, yeah. So sometimes you just lose through to Reanimator. I actually made a note that there has been like less Chalice and less like graveyard strategies lately. I'm not exactly sure why Chalice, because there are a lot of 1-drops, but I just haven't been running into it, like hardly any Chalice decks, the odd Moon Stompy deck being the only thing. And then yeah, the graveyard strategies just get kind of hosed by all the endurances floating around. But here we faced both a Chalice deck and Reanimator. But anyways, thanks for hanging out and watching this league. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back for some more Magic.